preparing for something like this is challenging, knowing the nutrition part, but I think that mindset is an underrated part of this. Like, how did you prepare your mindset before training for this kind of challenge, and how has it kind of changed after doing it?
One of the things that took me a little bit to kind of master and get used to was just the pacing part of it. Like the first segment I did, because I was going to do them in basically 10-mile segments each day and try and do about 30 miles in total. So I'd break then that 10-mile segment into about a 5-mile segment, where after that I would just kind of get, rehydrated at the support car, maybe have a little snack, and then keep going and take a longer break after the 10-mile was done. So the first 10-mile, it was really humid. That was more at altitude, but I still ran like pretty much around 8:45 pace for the whole 10 miles, which was way too quick. It was way too quick.
Yeah.
So I learned that pretty fast going into the next segment, and then the final segment on that first day was like, okay, this needs to be closer to 10 minutes a mile. And because, there's no time limit. You could walk a little bit if you wanted to. You can, take your time theoretically. And so that took a little bit of time as well. But right before I took off, that was when I kind of really started to slow down and get used to running maybe a pace that wasn't in the 7s or 8s and just a couple of miles at a time. So I think that kind of got my mindset going just a little bit that, hey, this is an endurance thing where you need to be smart about it. You need to really pace it out and kind of change how you'd been running. And while that's, previous running and pace had been beneficial, I think, it was important just to remember what the long-term goal was, just to finish those miles and, make sure everything stayed all right. So